Hey, we are live. Welcome to another Talk Your Face Off. This one, I'm going solo for a little bit. We're waiting for Pablo to finish up a job. I'm probably going to keep slipping into a little bit of an accent here and there. I keep getting this drawl back, and I can't seem to lose it. Too much NASCAR, I guess. I am working on my Go Fast car, and so I'm using a lot of NASCAR for inspiration, and it's been a little bit problematic, but I'll get over it. My wife still loves me a little bit, so I'm doing my best. But lived in the South for 20 years, never caught a draw. Now move up here, and I keep slipping in and out of it. But yeah, how are you guys? I saw Owen was in the house. Matt Harris, what's going on? I have some tricks up my sleeves. I'm trying not to give away too many spoilers, though. So, and I know some of the guys watch, and so I'm trying to be careful and also not to break any of the rules of keeping some of the secrecy. So, got to do what I got to do. But I did have something break on me today. we hit some power, and we blew some stuff, blew it up. Well, we broke it. So we're working on fixes right now. All in good fun, but we're still chasing speed. Still chasing speed because either some guys have some really fast runs, or in our little group chat, they're teasing us with some other footage. I honestly don't know how some people make these go so fast. There's so many points of reduction in gearing. We're trying to reduce some of them. Matt Harris, Sargents, Jay's RC, Super One-Handed. Trent, what are you all working on tonight? I'm just going to kind of chat as I'm wrenching. Pablo said he'd try to jump in. He's got an install to do. You guys know he's an artist. Does big signage and cool interior design stuff. And they got a big install going. What's going on, Brandon? I spent quite a bit of money today trying to get this thing running again. Trying to finish up my video on it. I'm heading out of town. That's the other problem. I ordered more parts from Vanquish last night. Speedy two-day delivery. Stopped by Crawler Space RC today because I know he's got a ton of Vanquish stuff hanging on the wall. So I fixed one of the parts I broke with some stuff he had on the wall. So that was nice. Also got to drive my Ecto again. And I need to get on Pablo, man. Those Boom Racing Hustler tires are not good. And I went up to ask, like, somebody else want to try this? Is it just me? And they're like, well, what tires are you running? And I said it, and they said, okay. Yeah, they've never been good. So, but Pablo swears by them. They just literally push off of everything and slip off of everything. They have just not been a good tire compared to other stuff I've run. I really like my J Concepts landmines. So this has come out. I've gone for a lower KV motor because of some very specific reasons that I need a lower KV motor. But we're putting them into the transmission. We're going with a Spectrum something or other here. I got to see what other size motors I can fit on here. But Trent FH. Not working on anything. I'm working on buying parts for a new SCX24 build I'm doing on a cliffhanger body. Awesome. So you're basing everything off the cliffhanger. That's cool. That is cool. I got to take this microphone off. I'm not using it. This microphone right here, you guys, paired up to an iPhone like this, is so good. You just kind of wear it. It looks ridiculous, but I mean, if you're not filming yourself, if you're filming like the table or whatever, or you're driving and you don't want only car noise or sound very far away, You clip this on and go, and it charges in this little, you charge up the case for it, drop it in here, and it starts charging again. Flashing. I think these were like $40 for a tube pair. And then this little receiver that goes on the phone. And it all just packs in here. And this is a charge case, so it actually charges these mics. This is powered by your phone. It's pretty slick. This one works with the iPhone, the one I got. You can call me Trent. All right. At first, I thought it was the F was before it, so I messed it up. Matt Harrison, bringing Mofo RC crushed Bronco back to life. Got a custom body that will be in a place of the crushed one. Nice. Very cool, man. Yeah, so there's a lot of cool little things happening with this build. The paint job, you guys, I think they're going to show them off this week. In fact, there's going to be voting for them, and they are going to be giving an extra 5 miles per hour to the one that's like the Viewer's Choice Award. So yeah, in my video, I talk about how paint, makes your car go faster. And in this case, having a good painted car could make your car go 5 miles per hour faster. So yeah, we'll see. It turned out awesome. I did not paint it. Alex, who's in here all the time, XJ95, is the one that painted it for me. And man, he can paint. I'll just leave it at that. It looks wicked. So I can't wait till he can show it off on his own channel too, because I think once they post it, he should be able to share it and say, show his process for it, because man, it's awesome. And we had to use the body. That was one of the stipulations, so they'd all look like Phoenixes, so that it gets. So that's one of the things, you get all these cool cars and you customize them all up to the point where they don't look anything like the cars that the companies sell, and that doesn't help them sell any cars. So there's, it helps to have a look a little bit like their car, even though it's been modified quite a bit under the hood. They still get the visual from the body that people will see on the shelves, which is what's good. All right, what do we got here in the chat? Oh no. Oh really? Boom Racing tires ain't good. The 1.0s I have are awesome. The Hustlers. I actually really like the compound on the mini ones. But for some reason, these ones, I'll have a video up. They just were slipping everywhere. So, but there's a lot of screws. So Pablo put those on there when he gave me the wheels from Spec RC. And so I could see how much work went into putting them on. And I don't look forward to doing the work to take them off and then to also put them on again. So I don't know if I'll ever change it. It comes down to that. It's a lot. XJ Sport 95. I was right. I couldn't remember if there's a 1995 in front of it. XJ Sport 95. I was right when I said your name earlier. Did the awesome paint job for me that I can't show yet, but it's awesome. It went through a very vicious wreck today, Alex. I broke the axle, the drive shaft on one of the rears. Even it was so brutal, and already fixed. But yeah, the body didn't. I mean, it took it like a champ. So he knew there was some risk, and I took it to Griff's Georgetown, which is an ice hockey rink around here. I think there's indoor soccer in there too, and there's nobody there during the day. So I found the smoothest spot that was straight and we wouldn't be in the way if people did come. And I chose the side closer to the building because it was smoother. The problem with that is at the very end of it, there was this piece of sidewalk that jutted out. And Um, well, I won't give away exactly what happened, but there was a piece of sidewalk, that comes out for like a wheelchair down, and yeah, it caused some problems. If I'd have gone on the other side, which is where I parked my truck, so that I wouldn't hit it, you could just run right off the parking lot into the grass. Um, but there's more like lines in it that are potential for making it bounce and roll. So it's hard to find a good parking lot in Michigan. They they develop cracks very quickly, and then they fill them and they patch them and they put tar in everything, and it's hard to find a fresh long patch of asphalt that isn't being parked on. So yeah. Anyway, you got lucky, and I got lucky. Oh, yours are 1.0s, Owen? You're good then. The 1.0s are pretty awesome. I do actually have to fix I noticed a lot of play in the wheels, and I'm looking down at it. That's why I'm looking away. And I saw I stretched one of the rod ends too, which I ordered some new ones, but I also found that these Traxxas ones look like a direct fit. I already had to fix one of them. And actually, I'm driving with a broken front axle, the plastic where well, Alex saw it. He's the one that actually pointed out. I didn't know I'd broken it. What's the link, the cross link called? Why am I blanking? Somebody will help me. But yeah, I saw Trent. That's a pretty awesome reason for doing the cliffhanger. Pretty awesome indeed. But yeah, it broke right where the dang. Hey, Psycho 13 Garage is in the house. Thompson RC. Thompson RC got gifts from the RCL. That's awesome. Oh, I can't think right now. It's been a long, long day. Long day, and it's hot up here. What's going on, Ivan? So, I had two options for this transmission here. It's a SMT. Well, how can I do this? Let me remove something from this transmission before I hold it up. Don't want to give away all the beans. Matt Harris, do you have a projected top speed? I'm well below what I thought I would get. Well below. I mean, it's pretty sad so far. Or is it? I know some people are watching. So, yes, I'm very slow, and they should just do their one run and crash it and take whatever score they get, because everybody's getting low speeds. But this transmission here was tricky because it was already running a 50 tooth on it, but that 3-gear transmission, I really needed to find like a 2-gear or something with taller gearing, because more direct gearing, so we're not having like the amount of reduction that is in these actual 3-gear transmissions. Monster trucks don't have to go super fast. Crawlers don't have to go super fast. They're actually good to be quite torquey, even the monster trucks. You only need like a certain top speed, because at some point they become a little bit uncontrollable. But so it felt fast to me, and then when I put it on here, and then I changed the gearing on the pinion, I thought it was a race one I had in one of my trucks. And it was like a 14 tooth only on it for some reason, but I had the reduced size spur gear, which makes it go faster. Well, so I went up to a 20 tooth, like as big as you could fit on here, and I barely gained any miles per hour because the gearing is just so low in these. So I ended up going and getting Traxxas gears that would go down to mod 1. And I found a 36 tooth one here, which would allow me to run, where's that pinion I picked up for it? Like here's like a 20, that's 32 pitch. That was gonna be if I have to drill stuff out. Oh yeah, either way, it's 23 tooth, so it's massive. So you get these two really massive gears going side by side instead of the smaller one that I took off of here, which I can still, I have the locker still on. I just have to screw it. The 3 screws will fit direct on. That's the nice thing about this little plate that's here is there's lots of options for it. So put it on here, and that's smaller with a bigger pinion, and it should, even still, I don't think it would increase the speed by that much. So that's what I'm kind of trying to figure out. Pan hard mount, thank you. Why was I blanking on that? But yeah, we busted the pan hard mount. But I put some E6000 on that baby, and it took that brutal crash today, and the pan hard is still intact to the axle. I just like coated it on there, and where the pieces were, just like said, here we go. I've got new axle cases coming. But I was hoping to get another at least speed run in with some of the changes I've done to it. So we're just continually working on stuff, trying to up our game here. Got to keep these pieces together. I'm going to be screwed when I want to make this a crawler again. Because I don't plan to leave it as a speed truck. Looks too good. So projected top speed. I think, there's goals of 50 to 60. You saw how fast they got those SCX6s going. But I think they were able to go up to 8S for that. We're limited to 4S. So that's a whole lot less voltage, and that changes quite a bit of things. So, and I didn't even run 4S yet because I was just trying to make sure I had a clean, good run after I put the body on. And then I had a 4S with me because I was also not sure. I needed a clean run in case I smoked the motor with the 4S. But it wasn't even getting hot because of all the gear reduction. Yeah, it's crazy. I do not have a cliffhanger body up here, Trent. Sorry. They're not very big. Not for them. It's about this size. It's about the same size as most of them, They're pretty tiny. Still need to do that project. But I sold the I was planning to keep one of the monster truck body or PureTech monster trucks, the green ones that I had in stock, and apparently my stock listing was wrong, and I sold them all. So someone has to ask. So Max Crusher, super one-handed. Max Crusher, for the price, I think it's pretty awesome. The hard body on that thing is so good looking. I want one. I haven't ordered one yet. I'm trying to get through the expenses of this. Money's been tight, and I had to order new parts, and that made it tighter. And I don't know if anybody saw my short video or the post I had on Facebook, but I had a fraudulent 3 fraudulent purchases through my website, which put me back quite a bit as well. So basically like burning money. And yeah, somebody put together an awesome scythe, and looked like they were just going with this cool scythe build and the parts needed for it, and turned out the way that my billing and all that works, I have it through, Wix is my store and my website. So it started as a website, and then all of the stuff comes through there, all the orders, whatever. But I use Shippo to actually do the shipping. because it saves money through USPS or any of them, because they have, so many people using it as a shipping service that they discount it for people using it. And that's how I can keep the shipping at about $3.99 on most things. And it varies based on how far people are, anywhere from $3.80 to $4.60 for shipping. But I just set it at $3.99 to keep it easy. But yeah, so I took a hit on that pretty good. And yeah, so I'm just waiting. But they look awesome. There's a ton of them out there. It's FMS definitely knew how to get that into a lot of people's hands, and so that was cool to see. Um, I don't like the USA one on a Ford body at all. Should be a Chevy, but I get that they were trying to go with one mold that they had, and especially at the price that they're doing it at. I'm curious if they got licensing to do the USA one. They didn't do Bigfoot; they did Max Smasher, so it makes me think that maybe they did. I don't know, or maybe they just didn't seem as afraid of it. Maybe they've been slapped by Bigfoot before. I don't know. It's kind of interesting. Um, but yeah, I think it looks good. The speed motor and everything helps, and there's only going to be more. The other thing, as a monster truck guy, I don't like portal axles under it. I mean, I don't like portal axles under most of the crawlers either, honestly. That's what I actually like about this Phoenix build that we're doing, is the straight axle. Uh, I get the performance benefits of the portals, but even in the one-to-one, I don't see that many people running them on a lot of their more realistic looking trucks. So I just kind of like the straight axle look, but that's just me. But definitely on the monster trucks, it just looks out of place. So yeah, that's the only thing. Other than that, I mean, for the price, as a ready to run, you cannot beat it. Did you guys see the new Furatech monster truck V2 that they've been teasing? That thing is running the portal axles too, and it looks wicked good, super fast. Howdy, KC Dolph, V&B Speed, what's up? Trent, just wondering, do you still do SCX24 comps? Yes, we went to one on last Thursday, and I took fourth. I hit a gate, one gate. Got a winch in the way it was teetering, and I'd said it before because I was winching my boys on it. I said, I could knock you into this gate. Like, this is literally, it all depends how it falls. If you want this winch, know that it could happen, and don't yell at me. So I had the same precarious position up on a rock, and we had it winched, and it just pulled it right into the gate. But it is what it is. That's the game. If I didn't have that one gate, right? It's always if you didn't. If I didn't have that one gate, I'd have won. But that's what's so fun about it. You make those little mistakes from week to week, and people change who wins and who loses, and it's a lot of fun. The water decals are also kind of weird, but you don't need to get the water decals or put them on, because JB Scale Graphics, if you want licensed Bigfoot stickers to put on that body, JB Scale Graphics sells stickers that you can put right onto that Max Smasher. That's what I'm going to do with it, and it'll look wicked. So that's the way to do it, in my opinion. But yeah, the decals are kind of weird. Yep, those FMS monster trucks are moonwalks. Yeah, they're crazy, and flips and saves and all kinds of stuff. USA one, always a Chevy. Yep, Bert 73, I agree. Oh, do I have it up here? Do I go and get it? I have something beautiful. I have a new USA one that is gorgeous. The Freestyle RC Retro. It's absolutely gorgeous. But it's in the garage. Kurt Thompson, yo, yo, yo. I actually got to pull this truck up here because I do need to fix little Little sneak peek of it pulled through the screen. I didn't mean for it to happen. My welding is so bad. You can see it from Mars. It's pretty atrocious. But there's penetration, and it's holding like crazy. A couple good crashes, and batteries are holding tight. Get it? We can hang out, says Matt Harris. Get it? We'll wait. Go and grab it. Let's see it. You guys really? Let me fix this one part. I'll answer a few questions, then I'll go get it. I'm trying to avoid the stairs today. I had a little gout flare up today in my foot. It hurts like crazy. If anybody's ever had it, I wouldn't wish it on anybody. Would not wish it on anyone. RC car garage. What winch setup do I use, or what controller do you use for a winch setup? I just use my DX5 Rugged. I have it on one of these side switches that I push or pull for a winch. This is kind of my way of doing it. A lot of people do the same thing, not just me that does it that way. But it's a easy way to do it. But I have done the RC four-wheel drive winches with their little remote control before, and that worked just fine. Wasn't super cheap either, but 3-channel radio makes it easiest and has other benefits beyond that. This tool here, man, this thing is awesome. As is this Sherba Burza tool. Does basically the same thing. But it makes it great if you have two ends that you have to do. You can just put one of them on one and do it real easy. I don't remember where I got that one from. I wish I did. Team Garage Ag, maybe? I don't know what I did with these shocks, but they are leaking everywhere. All of them. It's not like it's just one of them, but they all are. So is the Freestyle chassis complete, or have to get the axles and everything? Mine is complete, but when you buy it, you have to. It uses SMT10 axles and transmission. So if you have an SMT10 laying around, that's what it's good for. And you know what? While down there, Trent, I will grab my. Oh, it's not my. Darn it! I have a body in the garage. That I painted up for a build that I haven't done yet. Story of my life. Which is why I asked Freestyle RC at the last event if they had any ready to runs that they wanted to sell. Because I have just not had time for builds recently. Been out of the country and out of the state and heading back out of the country. Going to Turkey soon. Bird 73. I take it you've had gout. There's certain things they say trigger it. I must have done something. You know, we're all waiting on them 18 scale tractors from V&B Speed, right? I got 2 of them on order, man. I'm waiting with you. I got 1 of each. Don't remember what colors, though. One of them was black. I don't know if it's the Bronco. Yeah, black Bronco and green Defender. I think those are what I chose. All right, so now, not as much slop in the rear. That one's good. Checking all my links. Man, I don't want to jinx it, but that thing, the Panhard is still holding strong. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just throw up the logo for a second. And then you guys can chat for a second. Leave me some questions, and I'll get to them when I get back. Brian Kochner, red meat and alcohol. I've heard fish too when I was in Japan, because I got it in Japan, and we were eating a lot of sushi. Sushi, and then we had like Korean barbecue stuff. So I just had fish last night, and I don't remember red meat though. Yeah, I don't know. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. That was a little painful. Not gonna lie. All right. So, what am I going for here? This is, first of all, the little cliffhanger body. I run these with the deadbolt rear links and then the C10 front links, or the Jeep front links. Stretch it. I usually carve these out a little bit more, the wheels, so I can put bigger tires on, the wheel wells. And yeah, this was going to be on the Maz designs that I got from Owen that I have to build. And I keep giving away the truck that I have to do it. This is the Freestyle RC. This side has the wheels and tires on it. You can see inside though how great that looks. Underneath, ladder style chassis. And then, bam, there is what it looks like behind the wheels and tires. You can see the leaf springs, 4 shocks per position. A little bit better view if I take this off. One of the things they did too is they put this on with rubber bands, so if you crash, they won't break the light bar off. Smart. So just rubber banded on light bar. So you can run this but not break it off. I dig it. All right. There it is. In all of its gorgeousness. It's just so well machined. And what you can't see is how the axles mount. See this metal piece right here? There's this plate that's carbon fiber tucked right here that it mounts to. And what it does is your link, then your upper link is here, mounts to this plate on the axle. And that plate on the axle has a piece on it that allows this to twist. So your links, you have a 4-link complete, your setup is right. Or actually only need the 2 links because you're running the leaf springs. So it's a 2-link setup with leaf springs, but you'd a lot of times you'd lose a lot of the rotation and your flex. And so because of those pieces moving, it allows the truck to have more articulation than say like a clodbuster or something. Still not a ton, but it definitely frees these up to move more, but it does not move at all side to side. I mean, there's no wiggle at all side to side. Grabbing onto these. It's stiff the way that it mounts from the top. Just very well engineered. And then with that drop case where it holds then to this pattern in there, the swivel, and allows your axles to pivot, but the links never do. They just stay straight. It's wild. It is absolutely wild. Just keeps it really stiff. But yeah, these are AR60 axles. And he's got on here mounts as well for your servo on this bracing piece that he has here. So it's like a Shapeways 3D print, then with a carbon fiber piece on the back. Right here that you can see. So well done. I'll do a video on it. Carbon fiber side rails, top plate here for your battery tray and electronics to sit on. Yeah, just really, really nice. And then anything to write home about? Oh yeah, it's a dual motor plate in here. So it's running dual J Concepts 27 turn silent speed motors onto a single spur gear up underneath there. So one top pinion, one lower pinion. I mean, they killed it. You're allowed to have 2 motors in here because the Clodbuster, single transmission in the center on this. It's running one of those 3-gear axial though, like I was saying. Oh, hey now. I might have to borrow these metal drive shafts. Oh. I might borrow it for something. I think I'm going to. So that's this. Any questions? Oh, hey, Josh. What do you think of that machining, though, right? I mean, it's pretty gorgeous for a monster truck. The really clever part is, the trick part is having these links so that they don't move, and you have this brace that your links mount to that actually pivots. Really cool. Really trick. Slap your good old America USA 1 monster truck body on it, and get your American flag bandana going, and you're rocking and rolling. That's one bad looking truck right there. Kyosho body. And it fits apart so well. Now I'm thinking, I think I have a MIP axle, just a single in a case over there that I can steal and not have to take it off of here. Did one of them get stuck on the motor of an SMT10, but we had to trash it all. Everything broke. But I think I have the other axle or drive shaft in there. A big tackle box full of SMT10 parts. That's a lot of oil for the shocks. Yeah, those shocks actually have nothing in them. It's all on the leaf springs. You want as much of that suspension to work as possible in retro class. Super one-handed RC. It is for a race class. Freaking leaf springs. Well, see, the only reason that we're allowed to run the shafty style like that in retro is because of the leaf springs. So, but it affords us a lot of other benefits, such as more gearing options, because trying to adjust gearing in a clodbuster axle is not fun. A lot of dremeling, a lot of plastic removal. So yeah, 2 motors, 16 shocks. It's all about excess, baby. I mean, monster trucks in general are about excess, but yeah. Hey, JDRCs, what's up? My 2-wheel drive Stampede just doesn't cut it. This probably isn't as fast as your 2-wheel drive Stampede. These are not very fast, and they're not meant to be. It's a fun, slow class and they bounce all over the place. So yeah. Guess who's back? Back again. Lurking while working on my Mayhem rig. My thing is, I think, so Harley Designs has got a tough thing, because the way I see it, the amount of engineering he's doing in 1 month, like, you get one good shot at it, and he's done enough that he knows a lot of the gearing issues and stuff. I don't know gearing and all the reductions, and I honestly don't want to. I'd rather ask people that do know about it, and then just like kind of ride on their expertise for that particular part of it. You can't be an expert at everything, and that's just one thing I don't mind letting other people be the expert on. You know, the John Holmeses of the world, let them kind of hone in on all of that. And I like to drive the trucks, and I do actually, I have really been enjoying working on them a lot. So, and believe it or not, the 24 scale really got me kind of into working on them. But the now I've since been working on my 10 scale. I just put back together my VS 410 Pro that I have, and I got rid of the Lloyd body on it. Went back to the stock body, which I dig the stock bodies for those. So I just like how clean everything is when it fits together like those do. Unfortunately, that'll never happen on this particular Phoenix build that I have here, as I can't imagine trying to remove the welding job that I did. So that is always going to be a little bit. I am going to turn into a crawler, and I will probably use an SMT10 slash SCX10-2 transmission in it just to simplify it. Because in a lot of our competitions, we're not allowed to use like some of that other stuff. I think you can use the dig, but no, not the dig, but you could use the overdrive. But I can't now fit that transmission in anymore, so not easily. I would need new frame rails, new plastic pieces that I melted. I think we'll just do this one as a simplified crawler. I do have the VS410 Phoenix portal over there that maybe I'll go ahead and build now that I've done this one. It's actually, this is well, I didn't build the transmission, but everything else so far has been a pretty easy build. No dig and no overdrive, so you can't switch the overdrive on it. So, well, maybe Josh is still in here. Can I just buy an overdrive gear for the front axle? Or I guess I could put an element transmission in and try and do it that way. I was talking to Alex about that the other day, actually. Dirt Burger, hope you get your money back from the scammers. Don't see that happening because the money goes back to the people whose credit cards they used illegally. And my product's already in the mail, so they gone. But I learned something. That I have to not just be in my shipping program, I have to verify all the shipping and stuff now. Which again, the shipping software I use doesn't show the billing address when you're going through all the process. And we've been doing it for speed, and we now just have to slow down and not go for speed, but go for not getting ripped off again. The shocks are not oil filled on the USA 1. And I would also say that the VS410 Phoenix Mayhem rig, the shocks are not very filled with oil right now either. My pit mat is, and the axle tops are, but I did not do something right. Usually goes the fastest when you do some crawling with it. Trent, I got the SCX24 Bronco, Matt's Designs frame, Swap Kings, kidney punch bead locks, dang, and SDRC servo. Should have gone with the Mighty Chihuahua, but that's something else we can talk about. Servo horn, cheat code, hardware kit, 4-link Injora, cliffhanger body, obviously 43 millimeter shocks, and driveline. Usually Vanquish does the underdrive instead of overdrive. Okay, so underdrive the rear axle. Sounds like a good build. And yes, 24 scale does get expensive. Most of my ones that I think anything of are probably $300 plus rigs. So even if I just bought a stock one, by the time I get wheels and tires, you're looking at 70 bucks on top of 150. So you're already at 210. Then some brass pieces to put on it just for a little weight. Shocks. Yeah, wheels, tires, shocks, and then like a baby Goliath motor. So yeah, somewhere around 300 bucks, you can have a decent one. But then, yeah, my actual comp one that I use is about a $600 truck, $650. Do you think you might get the new V2 monster trucks? I will be ordering some PureTech V2 monster trucks for sure. We actually, before I saw that come out, when we were in Ohio at the NS, no, NS, NRCTPA World Finals. I have a trophy on my wall over there. I actually have another one, but two more actually, and I forgot to bring them over here. I have several trophies that are in my house. They're actually plaques, but I need to get my plaque wall built up. So yeah. What did I miss? Yes, so I'm gonna get the V2s. I'm probably gonna get blue and green again and black. Can't even imagine driving a tiny truck with worth that much. Super one-handed RC. It's awesome. They're so good when they drive like that. Mine, I mean, the train is smaller, but the way that they handle is how I would want like my one-to-one to handle and how I would want my 10th scale to handle, but I can't seem to get any of my 10th scales in their scale type of course to handle anywhere near as well as the 24 scale handles on a 24 scale course. They're just smooth. The tires hook up like crazy. And yes, my studio smells of rich mahogany. Yeah. So the leather-bound book is your rule books, here, Josh. But your pace has got you for this far. Don't change it for no one. I don't dare add up my builds. Somebody was saying about a $2,700 build. I lost it. Oh, I'm 2,700 in my SCX-10-2 build. Ouch. I hope you have Vanquish axles under that build. And drive shafts or incision, and I can't imagine where $2,700 would go. And I don't even know. Like, I'm adding up expensive stuff. What did you use for the Megalodon body on your 1/10? It's 3D printed from Monster Parts, 3D Monster Parts. Oh, so anyway, Worlds in Oval RC, yes. The Worlds was awesome, and I was actually talking about that truck, the the Furatech. Now I keep saying FMS because we're talking about that. The Furatech, we had Charlie Mosier had a bunch. He had like 12 or 13 24 scale, awesomely done monster trucks, like completely like the real trucks, super good looking. But he took one of the Furatech chassis and he mounted the FMS axles from the FCX-24 under it, and it was awesome. And so that's basically what they're doing with this new Furatech is they're putting those under, and the gearing and all that. They're quick, they're so fast, they're crazy, and they're super durable. Nothing was pulling apart. Like the ends of the axles on like the Element axles, or the ones on the original Furatechs that I always just glue together. You don't have that with these new axles. They're pretty bulletproof. So that's good news. SMT10 Builders Kit on Amazon right now for 185. Not bad. Oval RC, where I'm off to next for RC is to the Raminator shop in November. So Illinois, I'm heading there, just outside of Champaign, Illinois, to the home of the Raminator monster truck. They're doing a race there. The second year they're doing it. It was pretty fun last year, so I'm gonna head back for that. I still need to edit the stuff from the races in Ohio. I've been in the middle of this mayhem build since getting back, and then yeah, catch up on work stuff after being in Virginia for a week and all that. So, how about you? Where are you going to? Oval RC was at the Worlds and filming and doing a whole bunch of stuff with the pulling trucks, which the pulling trucks were super awesome. And I actually walked away from it and I ordered a mini pull tractor from Hinshaw Designs. So I'm going to have a Ross Hinshaw build showing up here hopefully soon. And I can't wait. Then I just got to buy the motor and stuff for it. It's like a roller that you buy. But I could use the parts from an SMT10. Hey, what's in the box? How are you? We were just showing off a monster truck. I know you're into monster trucks. I was showing off the Freestyle RC retro truck and how awesome it looks. I have the wheels and tires off just so you can just see the leaf springs and all the details. Dual motors up in here. And a SMT10 transmission and axles. And Freestyle RC ingenuity. This thing is, I mean, all their pieces are a work of art, and I don't sell any of them when I get them. I keep them. So, not interested in it right now in selling any of them. And there's a lot of money soaked up into them. This retro here will set you back. Build. You could probably build one for about $900 to $1,000 ish if you get that builder's kit for $185. And then you get this chassis. I think the chassis builds about $400. Yeah, 6 wheels, tires. They've got the combos, wheels and tires now on J Concepts. You can get it for like $85 now, something like that. Don't quote me, but it's a lot better than buying them separate. Yeah, but you'd get into one. So I ended up buying mine ready to run. I paid a pretty penny for it to have it built by them. They don't build them. They had this one as one of theirs, and I bought it off them. I told them just name a price, and so yeah, I walked away paying a pretty penny. Next stop is Motorama in PA. Very cool. Somebody's selling all their RCs except their 24 scale. Okay, here we go. Kyle Jeep. Vanquish F9, Incision drive shafts, Castle Mamba. Okay. Vanquish Trans and Dig. All right. Reefs 777. Okay. This is now adding up. I see it. SSD wheels. Yeah. Oh, radio. Okay, so including radio. Yeah, you got some money in there. What is the rig above the Bog Hog? That is an old tank. It's an old Kyosho Blizzard with a Virginia Beach Beast monster truck body on it, like the Virginia Beach Beast monster tank that they had back in the day. And then actually sitting on top, that's a Gravedigger body from a grandma that was custom painted. So, a custom painted retro body just sitting on it. Good. Yeah, Transcending sells some of his bigger ones. What's the box? Do I already have the FMS MT? No, they'd reached out to me about it or some other stuff. And then I kind of pointed out to them when it was first kind of leaked and said, man, people are going to love this. And they said that they'd see about getting me one, but I didn't hear anything back. But it's all right. I'm honestly trying my best to not just go after all of the new stuff. Because in doing that, you do a lot of things that you're not interested in doing. And I don't have enough time to do the stuff that I actually want to do and build the trucks that I want to build. And so I'm kind of changing my game plan. I'm going to be doing more of the racing stuff that I love. We're going to be doing pulling up here. So I'm going to get a puller. We're going to be doing monster trucks. Travis has got to help me with the welding. So he's got an LMT and just built some jumps and ramps. So we'll be doing some stuff. He wants to learn some tricks, so that'll be nice. And also at Walter RC Park, they built a little freestyle area, so I need to get my LMTs over there and just keep freestyling. I haven't been able to do it recently, but I'm gonna get more of the monster truck stuff out again. I've been bashing. I have video that I shot of the Outcast 4S again. I got the stock tires. I bought a new one. I bought them after I blew the one out, and so I have run footage of that. I haven't done anything with. There's a lot of stuff I've done, but with work and with we do the comps every week with the boys, the 24 scale, and which we won't be doing this week. We have something we have to go to for my wife's work, but also just fishing. I'll be honest, like I love hobby stuff, and man, we have just taken into fishing. So, my son wants to go fishing, and I like to go with him. So, I take him out and take him places to go fishing, and that eats up time. So, yeah, I mean, we've got the website going now. That's time. Work is time. Fishing is time with the kids. Their homeschool stuff. They're kind of in like a co-op thing for school, where they go one day a week to school and they get all their assignments and turn in their assignments and have in-face and friends and that. But here in Michigan, which was one of the strictest states during all the COVID stuff, we just weren't sure, and we weren't going to do we weren't going to make them wear masks all day, and then we weren't going to do the online stuff. It just they weren't learning squat doing that, to be honest, and it was wasting way more. The amount of work that they did, they could have done in half a day. So we ended up just doing something else, and we've decided to stick with it for now until we are sure that they're not going to do something weird with the schools. But yeah, so that takes up some time, but lots more monster truck stuff coming. I'm getting a tractor. I'm getting a mini tractor. I can show you the one I'm getting. It's pretty cool. It's going to be green and black, of course. And I mean, I'm having fun crawling. I've got my, terrible tired, man. I don't know if Josh is still in here, but those hustlers, man. I have a video. I will post it. I was kind of like, I don't know. Like the whole thing was supposed to be like, look at how great these Spec RC wheels are. The scale metal supplies, the on-axle servo is great. The problem is, one problem that it does create is that I don't know where to put a winch now. So I'm gonna have to probably mount one to the back and trace it through, which will just take a little bit more engineering. But yeah, so I don't know where it's going with that. Oh yeah, the crawlers has been fun. We got a bunch of basher stuff. We've had friends over bashing and hitting our jumps. And this video, I mean, we've put a lot of time into this monthly mayhem one. And I say that knowing that I'll only have been home this month for 9 entire days, I think is what it's going to end up being, the amount of time that I was home to work on all this stuff. Or maybe it was 9 days at the time of when I was working on stuff. Let me see. How many days am I home this month? Let's go on that, to that, to there. So that's 4 days that week. So in October, from the 10th to the 13th, I was home. And the 1st. Technically the 14th, I wasn't home. So all day. So say 5, 1, 10, 11, 12, 13. That's 5 days. Go on until then. So 19th. Okay, so it must have been at the time of that video when I was doing it. Because then I leave town again this weekend. I've been home maybe 14 days this month. Something like that. So it's of those 14 days, it's been crazy. Someday I want to have an original Tony MT build. I don't do a whole lot with my builds, honestly. It's not 24 scale tractor pulls coming. We've talked about it. If we can get a sled, we want to do it. We want to do 24 scale sled pulls. Yep. So we need a 24 scale sled built. Dr. Z RC, I built a 12-pound puller from an OG SCX10 a couple years ago. It was a blast. Yeah, so there are going to be some like other truck ones. I want to do more of a stock class one that's more like a crawler for one. I don't know what I'll build it off of, but I like the idea of just smoking some brush motors. That's why I made that smoke and motors tractor pull, which I did buy lead for. I have lead now, so I finally have weights to put into that to actually start doing some pull stuff here. So that'll be a fun thing coming. That'll be next year at this point because of the snow coming. But yeah, if you guys want to, let me pull up that. See if I can find that RH Designs. Tractor, mini tractor. I think you guys, yeah, here it is. I found it. Oh, he's got it on eBay. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pull this on different window so I can share it with you guys. This thing's pretty cool. So this is it. This is what you get from the chassis. You get the wheels and tires, the weights for the front of it that go up in the front end here. Get the motor, 3D printed motor. You just have to, and I think it even has a servo because it's a special size servo that they put in it, and so that's already installed because it fits with the motor, and you don't really need it to do a whole lot because you're not doing a whole lot of steering, so it already comes pre-installed in there. And there's a more finished looking one. Let me see if I can't. There, that's better. That's what I should have been in, is this mode the whole time. Give me 1 second. If I switch this out of full screen, I can put it for this mode. Just kind of cycle through and back through them. How cool is that though, right? We'll pull up the price on it in a second here. I don't remember what it was. That's wicked. Again, I'm doing mine green and black. And I think it should be wicked. The weight boxes up front should be green, and the wheel well part should be green, and then I think the motor is going to be black with maybe a few hints of green on it. So if I close out of this, what's the price on these? $445, yeah, $450. I think on his site, yeah, plus $16.90 shipping. I think. Yeah. Anyway, that pull stuff, I got really hooked on it watching the pulls at the NRC TVA. It was so good. But I would love to do a 24 scale too. All right, so I'm gonna play catch up now. Like the comments says behind. Matt Harris, my wife homeschools our kids. Due to many factors that we agree with, so you can hear on that. Yeah, there's some of it on that. I feel like there's so much wasted time for the kids in a day now at school. The only thing that I don't like is them missing out on some of the social interaction, but we've got them plugged into some other things for that. And they're doing music lessons and other things. So, um, but yeah, they have friends and all that still and hang out and go to bonfires and all that with friends. But yeah, some of it's just so political and politicized now. Just like, without getting too political myself on this, being an RC channel about fun and all that. Um, there's so much government control and everything these days, and um, you know, trying to usurp the role of parents, in my opinion. So um, I wanted to go there, and you learn stuff from being around your friends. That's one way you learn things. You're definitely going to learn stuff that way. I remember high school, but it's a lot different than when I was there and what the teachers actually taught as lessons. We didn't have all this extra stuff. So anyway, that being the rant, that wasn't the main reason that would pull them out though, but it is definitely something that came to light when they started doing all the homeschool or the teaching where they're on a computer and the parents could hear it and be like, wait, what the heck are they talking about? Well, we see the awesome looking bog hog soonish. What's in the box? It's still in the box, man. And I kind of filled in the mud hole because of winter coming, and I didn't want it filling with snow and being like a weird hole that you don't see. So the plan is to have it where I keep digging it out, but I'd also filled in a different hole, and then I had this mound of dirt that was just nasty looking at the end of our driveway because of the crawler course that I didn't end up using, and so I used that to fill the hole because I'd used that previous stuff to fill a different hole we dug up when we dug up some bushes and stuff down by the river. Anyway, information you didn't care about, but you get to know. So there you go. See, there it is. I just start talking in it. NASCAR, baby. NASCAR. Traxxas says they're the fastest name in radio control. They got somebody to watch out for these days. This monthly mayhem has made me fast, y'all. I might be taking that title. All right, so we put 1-to-1 with our diesel tractors and Power Stroke trucks. That's awesome, Kyle Jeep Adventures. I would love to try that, man. I can't even imagine. Uh, I'll tell you the funniest thing is I keep waiting to see if Pablo's going to join in. He does have a bunch going on. Um, what was I going to say? Let me look back and see if I catch them. Oh yeah, what the funny thing that I've had as far as comments and stuff go on videos. I love to talk about this stuff every once in a while. People, man, they do not like that air system that was used on those nitro and gas pullers in the videos. There are so many negative comments about those, the stupid dryer hoses and all that. I'm like, you guys realize we're in like a hotel? Like, in order to be able to come in here, like, we wouldn't be doing these trucks if we didn't have a ventilation system. They would not allow it indoors. So stupid as you may think it serves a purpose, and it allows people to actually run these gas and nitro RCs inside of an atrium at a hotel that other guests are staying at, mind you, not just only us. So yeah, it's really funny, but the Instagram ones, and I keep like commenting to people like, I actually wouldn't attend the event in the hotel and run on the other sidewall doing monster trucks if they didn't do the ventilation system because I don't like the smell of nitro. I know people love it. I say it makes me nauseous. Like people are like that's just in your head, and maybe it is. I hate the smell of it. This, it's like that. You get the taste on your tongue, and it makes me want to throw up, and I just feel awful. So, but yeah, and honestly, they run ventilation systems on some of the 1-to-1s in indoor venues. that pull along with the sled too. So it's not like it's only the RC guys are doing it. It's just really funny. Anyway, it's funny when people get bent out of shape online. What's going on, Bot Brad? Black Market RC. Brian Chambers, I'm sure it's no easy task for him to run all that either, right? Kalen RC, what's up? Yeah, no Pablo. They're getting set up for an install they got to do. I was working on restoring, and I'm in the middle of fashioning something here to this build. And I actually, while you guys are here, I'm going to quickly look and see if I can find that drive shaft. I'm going to grab that bin. If I can find a metal drive shaft. Oh, it will make me one happy camper. This is, if you're in the RC game for a while, this is a great way. If you have one car that you have a lot of parts for, this is a great way to take care of all of those parts. I do kind of now want a Steely's case for fishing stuff, honestly, going back to fishing. All these metal gear, transmission gears. Here's a 50 tooth. That'll actually let me see. Oh, I was running a bigger than a 50 tooth. That might have. Kimbrough. I don't know what it was running. It's not in this case. All kinds of shocks and goodies in this bin. I did get some of the new J Concepts tires. They're on the floor over there. They're awesome. The new ones for the 24 scale. This is a good bin right here. This has Vanquish in it. Lots of rod ends, lots of links, all kinds of options, body posts. Got a bunch of the mounts for the, or the posts for the Max D body. Custom links in here. All right, that's good. Not seeing any drive shafts though. Maybe the fourth one's the charm here. Looks pretty good. These are still my favorite, the hot racing steering links. Got several of them in here. Actual bearings and screws. Pull tabs. I see drive shafts, but not metal ones. So I think Josh's idea may have to work, and that is to make a spacer, or maybe use this as a spacer. Second one. Wonder if I could just use another one of these. Just thinking out loud here. You guys may be figuring out what I'm doing by listening. Can I? Ooh. Don't know what kind of damage this might do, but well, damage never killed anything. Oh man. Hot diggity dog. Oh, it's too long. Other idea is I could run another set screw here. Oh, it's not moving anyway. Who's guessing? I'm back to mayhem. I'm going through a whole bunch of parts. Trying to find an easier way than making up something on a 3D printer I haven't installed yet. I do have now a Prusa. I think I do. If what's in the box that arrived here that from Prusa is it in fact a Prusa, then I have one. But I have not even opened the box yet. Axle casing. All kinds of spare stuff in here. This box is worth probably a lot of money. I mean, just the case on its own. And a fishing box like this is not cheap. All right. So I think I had an idea though. I take one of these pinion screws out and we just stick it in the other side. It might stay. Just quickly try it while I'm thinking about it. So otherwise I'm gonna get out tomorrow and just like, hey, it's not raining right now. Let me just run this really quick. Then death. Death becomes the truck. Oh, it will work. I just need to tap this a little bit. That went downhill really quick. I don't think it's actually gonna move, Josh, because this screw that I had to find, grub screw, can't go all the way on there. And so it's actually holding this crown on here. So I think I'm good. That may be a little tape. We'll just put some tape on it just for good measure. Or I could try and weld that pin in there. That might work. Or I just take the metal drive shafts and that doesn't have the whole pin thing. That's always plan C. Plan C. 200 mile per hour tape. That's exactly what we use. I should probably rebuild this here. Drive shaft before I forget. Because once I take something apart and lose all the parts, it ain't no good no more. All right, watch that hole. I know I should get like I can't go out and run pass for gout and then have like an extra day or 10 for runs. Only seems fair. Now what probably happened is I probably put the top sleeve for that one back into that bin because that would have been something that I would do. Sweet. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Good deal. Smart me. Either way, I gotta throw this in here. Yep, there it is. on there. There we go. That works. How good are my trucks? I'm planning on getting one. They are about as good as the LMT, which is absolutely amazing. It's Josh's favorite truck over at Harley Designs. If you've ever seen his channel, he loves the mud trucks, and the LMT one I think is at the top of his list of mud trucks. So just take his word for it, which is my word for him. So there's nothing like getting the truck muddy and just leaving it like that, because then, you know, once that bearing gets all seized up with the mud in it after you forget to wash it, it's when it actually, you start driving again and that mud breaks free. That's when like things really start to come into their own, and your truck really starts to settle in and become something that you never knew it could be. And that's pretty amazing to see. So it's pretty special moment. All right, what's a good aftermarket chassis for a Claude? J Concepts, all day long. J Concepts. The Crawford one is also really good. Crawford Engineering. Yeah, what happened to my comments? They jumped. Mini and 2.6. I did see the shaved 2.6 tires. I think they're awesome. Monster Madness. Do you know who I am? I do not. Harley Designs is making stickers. Very crafty of you. Such a well-rounded man. Matt Harris later, man. Man, I was way behind. Moose Jaw, duct tape on my hobby stock race car once at a pinch. There you go. Bot Brad, my truck is excellent. My buddy has the King Sling. That's what I was waiting for. Mud is murder. He hates it. Hey, Harley's RC Adventures. How you going, man? How's it going, man? Yeah, the Bog Hog is awesome. The King Sling I have over there. But right now I still have monster truck tires on it, so I've been running it. Gonna be putting the mud truck tires back on it. Man, I had some very bad luck with a couple Spectrum batteries recently, and that's part of it. I need to order some new ones. I left them plugged into a car, and so they have that really cool auto discharge feature that puts them in storage mode. Unless you leave them plugged into your car, and then they just keep on discharging. And I think several of them say like 1.7 volts or something when I plug them in. And I've tried to limp them back from other chargers because you can't like cheat it on a Spectrum. The G2s especially can't just cheat it on the Spectrum charger and try and put it in NIM mode. And yeah, so I put it on a Gen Z's charger, and that allowed me to do some stuff with it. And then I continued to charge it, and it was like taking forever once I finally got it recognized by the G2. Anyway, don't want to mess up with those Spectrum by leaving them plugged in. That's one thing. It's hard to revive. I've had nothing but great luck with them until I just left two of them plugged in. I found them in the LMT before going to the that race earlier this month, and I found another one in what was the other car that was in? Oh, the Outcast 4S had a 3S battery in it that was left plugged in. No, it was a 4S. I left the 4S plugged in. So I have a puffy 4S and and it overdrained. It puffed when I tried to recharge it, so I don't know if it wasn't happy. But yeah. Oh, JJ, how's it going, man? I know you. Oh, that's cool. You got them for race drones. That's awesome. Yeah. I was just doing the Spectre ones because it was the easiest at the time to. Honestly, was one of the reasons. Oh, that's way too long now. Whoever engineered these drive shafts was not thinking about me and my build. I have to talk with them about that. I have needs, and they're not meeting them with their drive shafts. Jeff, man, you never called yesterday. I was slamming busy though. Anyway, I barely got any sleep last night with this build stuff going on, and then the breakage we had, and repairs and changes, and breaking it again today. Yay! And the crap. I put those drive shafts. I did not find spares, by the way, if anyone's wondering. The spare metal one. I think, though, I don't want to, because if I want anything to blow out, it's the plastic drive shaft and not the axle when I do what I do. So it fits, though, so that's good news. Transmission's going to get a workout. Maybe. What in Sam Hill? I told him my kids had school first, but I wasn't waiting on the kids. I said I had in-laws that watch them. And then it wasn't sunny like it was supposed to be on Monday either. It's kind of crappy here. A little bit crappy weather. Well, I feel like someone from the competition just came and stole my drive shaft pieces right out from under my nose. I just found them, so never mind. I got them. I'm good. I feel like there has been a lot of cheating in this competition so far. I feel like they've rigged it against me in some ways, but you'll all see how it all went down. There's some silly stuff, I think, in this kit. There's definitely stuff to be found off our riverbank. It's sketchy. Yeah, the boat goes out tomorrow. Yeah, the monthly mayhem is going to be pretty crazy. They got some okay guys in it this time. They needed some fresh talent that could make the trucks actually go fast and in the right direction. So they called the right people. I'll give them kudos for knowing when things are above their head. Takes a man to know when he has to ask for help. I think Harley Designs was most worried about me based on the way that they kind of sabotage mine, but I'm sure mine's the only one that got a plastic drive shaft put in the axle. It's all right, I can take it. I've been the fast guy before. People see me coming. Do I race with anyone? Not since moving to Michigan. I just go to the bigger races. Going to the one at where is it? The Raminator shop. I was just telling Oval RC. So got that going next month. Oh. Jeff, if you have a Go Fast project, you know I'm the guy you want to have on that project. I got nothing but Go Fast in me. That's why I'm into monster trucks. Nothing says Go Fast like monster trucks. Get that steel going, build up some inertia. Got to make sure the trucks don't want to stop. That's the main thing. Because then you know you got the power and the speed. That's when you win and stuff. All right. That screw is too long for that. Dang it. Where did I put that screw? I have way too much crap on my desk. I like these tools again so much today. New people are in here. I bought a whole nother set of them. And the ProTech wrench. I basically bought another one of these toolkits that I carry, except for the MIP part. But the ProTech nut drivers, and then the Vanquish hex drivers. Best wrenches I've ever used. And now that I have like too many work spots around the house, I get tired of having to come all the way up here to get them, or not have them in the garage, or kind of slows me down a lot. Kevin Talbot is doing an awesome job with his speed and driving the full size, picking up quick. All right. Oh man, this truck doesn't even begin to know what it's in for. There's going to be a... Oh, I just don't sound good. That sounds painful. Got to get through the cogging phase and then see what happens. This could be brutal. Hey, Chuck, how's it going? Clicking. Not going to need this drive shaft anymore. Lightened up the front end, which is a bummer. I just put all that steel in there to make it nice and heavy. I'll have to find another way to add some more weight. Just lost some inertia. I feel like the inertia is the part that gives it the most speed. This one's going to be mainly powered by clicks. It's clicking like crazy. Gonna bring some pain. Fast, not pretty. Dang. This could be my grand finale. I think. This video needs a grand finale. I can't wait for you guys to watch it. I can't wait for you to make fun of me after it. Not because of how fast I go, but we got some good actors for this film, and we took it all. We went all out. Wait a second. Need to remove this guy now. Don't need the sidewinder. Real 1-to-1 Monster Truck Fund. Thank you. What's in the box? RC. Man, I would love to do that. Getting a little old, though. Garrett Bedell, what vehicle am I working on? Working on a Vanquish VS410 Phoenix, a straight axle speed truck. But I'll be honest, it's kind of a piece of crap as far as the speed truck side of it goes. The Vanquish is just known too well for going slow and being well made, heavy and slow, and falling off of rocks and, you know, doing an off-roading thing. And it's a pretty sucky go-fast truck. Guess it's a testament to them going slow, though. Although I can't say there's a whole lot of Vanquish in it left, so I guess we shouldn't fault them too much. I do kind of want to, though, just because it's fun. Kind of half the shtick is making fun of them throughout this, so I shouldn't shy away from it now. What's up, Chris? It was a joy to put this thing together. Although I do have some suggestions that will be in my video for making it easier for people as they assemble it. But you'll have to wait. You'll have to come back for the hour-long, maybe hour and a half long finale of the monthly mayhem build here on CCXRC. And you'll have to watch the whole thing and tell me your favorite parts. I think you're all in for a treat. You got to just get some popcorn ready. And think of NASCAR as you watch it. I was running 4S today on the trail with my F9 Vanquish setup rig. Felt pretty fast, about equal to a Traxxas Slash. Well, I need to know what you did, because maybe I should have left the stock transmission in and just put it in the second gear. Because I'm not feeling it on that one at all. What? Bloody. Oh, this is bad news. Slap a bunch of CCXRC stickers on the body and call it done. All right, Monster Madness. Have a good one. Looking forward to seeing all the videos. Right on, Justin. I hope it's a good time. It's a fun bunch. And take everything I say in mind with a grain of salt. Or a lot of grains of salt, actually. You might just bring a salt shaker with you. And just keep taking grains of salt the whole time. The new High Trail. I tried to buy the new High Trail. And what's in the box? Yeah, I have some zip ties all ready to go. I might be zip tying the Panhard bar to something. Just kind of where it's at this point. I do have a new axle case coming, but I'm also heading out of town, so depends how everything coincides. Want some hot wings? Man, I could go for hot wings all the time. Pretty much my favorite food ever. After nachos, maybe after pizza. Might be even right after a Five Guys burger, but it's up there. Good old buffalo wings. I'm kind of wanting to just stick a battery in and see what happens. But I need to record a little something about it first. And I probably will only do 2S for the time being. Because I'm a little sketched out by what I've done. So let me get a little video of what it looks like here for my sake. I've done some reverse engineering, and it could go very wrong. So this is the secret project that shall not be named, but was already named. Yes, that's the one. Well, crap. What did I call this one? Probably Phoenix. Oh man, I'm just gonna put this on a tripod for a second. Make sure it sees everything. Yeah. And then just try to apply a little bit of power. I should probably have safety goggles on. That's a start. That's a start. Now we're talking. Hatfield, Flightcraft. You're never late. You never know how long we're going to go. That's the thing. Man, I wish Harley could see my weld job and how well it held up for that. That was something special. Right on. Right on. Now, controlling this thing's a whole nother ballgame. We'll see how that goes when the time comes. Ooh. Smells fast. Yeah. Sounded fast. And on top of that, I think these shocks are better without oil in them. That's the way I should run all my shocks. Pretty much in full droop mode. I don't know if that's what you want for a speed car. I would guess not. But it's going to be a riot. That's all I can say. And it's going to be, whatever happens for the video, if it's good or it's bad, it's all good. That's the best part. Like I can't even wait to tell you guys. Okay. Well, I think this build can be unplugged for now. We'll just leave it be. Because that was just 2S. That's the thing. That was a 2S battery. If we do 4S, yeah, Elon Musk better be working hard on new designs because we might be coming for him with electric vehicles after this is done. 8S. 4S is the max for allowed. Safety third, XT 495. Use safety squints. It's exactly what I do for a lot of things. I actually, in my video, I have a caution. A caution. Don't try this at home, kids. Because the cutoff wheel was very close to my thumb. Very close. And nothing was secured. So it was like, it's one of those things where like, do I actually put this out there? Or does this get like my video pulled down from YouTube for being a bad example? What's in the box? As a new owner of an SCX24, I need some CCX RC parts for it, I guess. All right, Bert73, enjoy eating. I hope you got some wings. Now I want wings. We need to do something with this motor now. It's a good old Castle 5700 kV. With not a bad weld job back there. Not a bad solder job. I think I actually did quite good with those, considering some of my welds. Or did they weld those? All right. Well, I might wrap this. I got to edit some photos for somebody that's kind of being a diva about getting stuff in on time. So, I got a few time to answer a few more questions or whatever if people have it about the either the builds or monster trucks or mini monster trucks like the Max Smasher that I did not get yet. I'm looking at you, FMS rep, right at you, into your soul. But is that even possible? Do you have a soul? How cruel. All right, Jeff, did you get any of the FMS in yet? The Max Smashers. Reefs. Reefs and welding and stuff. Whoa. Yeah, it was a factory soldering job. I was just messing around, Owen. You emailed them. I saw another hobby shop that had some in. You should tell them. I saw them. I need them. Any interest in the new Baja? If so, gas or electric? I would do electric. I would maybe be interested in another sprint car if they're going to be around for a while. 2 4S in series still counts as 4S. That's true. Maybe I could fake my wiring by using different colors and actually not do it in series and actually have 8S. Don't put lockers in your SMT10. Why not, Bert 73? Oh, wait, he's having wings. Chris, I just got mine Sunday. Traxxas was having issues with my hobby shop, so it took a while. Man, those things are hard to get. Like I went to try to get one, and it was out of stock. They said they won't be able to get them until December. So last thing I need though is another RC car, honestly. Although the reason I wanted the High Trail was because um, there's a guy using it in Reaction RC with a pull sled, and I asked, and it was like just pulling like crazy. I'm like, dude, what do you have in that? He's like, it's a stock Traxxas High Trail. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, we just put this little thing on it to mount to pull the sled. And I'm like, okay, I want one of those. Gas, says XJ Sport 95. I do like gas trucks. Oh crap! Did I record that whole thing? It's not rolling right now. It's all locked up. Great. Great, great, great. Oh yeah, I did. I think. Yeah, I did. Okay. And my AirPod just went down. And back up. Nope, it's actually on my phone. Now maybe it's up. Gotta disconnect it from this one. Oh, there we go. Now they just went to my iPad. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I would love to do a gas one, Alex, but man, have not had luck with my 5T ever since I redid the muffler the first time. Okay, this is it. Jeff Brown, I saw a video 124 sled pulling. We were talking about that earlier. I really want to do that. We need to find something and make it happen. I will buy a 124 scale pull sled if somebody tells me where to buy one. Seven in the morning, second cup of coffee. Must be nice. How do you release a monster truck and not give it to the monster truck man? There's a lot of monster truck dudes. There's a lot of them. Big America, LVCRC, all those guys are doing a lot more with monster trucks than I am these days. So yeah, I don't consider myself that. I do on YouTube. I do a lot, or did a lot, or I love monster trucks in general, but try and keep all my content out there, all different kinds. All right, Bob Brad, it is midnight. It's probably past this 1 a.m. here, so yeah. See if Pablo would message me. Homemade. Yeah, I'll pay somebody to make one though, even if they're homemade. We gotta find that video. I was gonna see if one of the guys that make the big ones would make a small one. I met a guy in Ohio that makes them. The big ones. All right. What was I going to look at? Dude, that's hilarious. I just read your message, Josh. I'm going to wrap up here. I'm kind of just droning on. I was just trying to work on this as we went along. This is all coming very quickly to a head. I've got so much stuff recorded. I still have to edit. I need to get one. So I don't know the rules, and I didn't see stipulations. So actually, I don't want to say one of the funny things that happened because I got to leave it for the video. But I think that something that I said in the video was wrong because of inertia and some other stuff. I don't know. I think that one of my calculations on gearing was wrong and speeds was wrong because of something that happened. So I have to find out if I was already braking and trying to stop when I crashed, and I don't know if that time counts for anything. So I may not even have a time as of right now because we have to do it with the real body. And I was not running the Phoenix body for testing purposes because I did not have it. It was already being painted, which turned out, again, awesome. And also because, well, that was the main reason. I didn't have the body. So I have it now, and I made a pretty awesome mount for it that I cut out of styrene. That, I mean, the fabrication skills that we've brought to this competition are pretty groundbreaking. So that's all I have to say about that. People will be so impressed with my skills. My skills of an artist. When's the next Talk Your Face Off? They are every-ish Tuesday at 11:15 p.m. 11 to 11:15. It was supposed to be 11, but Pablo thought it was 11:15, I think. So we were always late, and so we changed it to 11:15, which is really late for me. Kind of sucks. Usually I go to bed at 3 a.m. on these nights. Maybe he'll send it to you. They sent Matt one and not you. That's funny. Maybe he'll send it to you. They are supposedly polite up there. When's the next RC conspiracy? I'm gonna do them. I'm gonna do it. I think that maybe after this competition, I may have to do some conspiracies about the contestants and their builds and the Elon Musk satellites and the conspiracy against me in particular. But, you know, I don't know. It's one of those things that when you're racing like we do, there's always some kind of conspiracy that's happening. People are always trying to get that advantage on you and they're cheating a little bit. So, the best I can do is run my race and, be the best sport I can be because that's all that matters. It's not speed, it's being the best sport. No, that's not true. Speed is really what matters. Being the best sport sucks. You got to win at any cost. Sorry. So, expect a lot more of that, guys, in the future. So the next RC conspiracy, it's coming into the holiday season, and I think that there will be more conspiracies. So as they happen, that's kind of how we do it because it was too hard to try and have a conspiracy every week when there was nothing happening. Like there was a time when we first started it when it was nuts, and there was new RCs all the time, and then COVID and RC releases and just crazy all the time stuff. And it was before that even, just so much stuff from the Mojave being new. That's when the Capper came out, and it's just boom, boom, boom. They were coming left and right, and the Haas came out, and the Max, and a whole bunch of stuff. So was that the Max? Yes. Anyway, ton of stuff. And then it just kind of slowed really hardcore. And also, as I started getting involved with some of the new stuff, it got kind of difficult. And so I'm not really involved in much of the new stuff these days. So, there still are really, you sign NDAs and stuff. So if you hear anything that's, through the grapevine of the company, you can't, you're not allowed to talk about it. So even if stuff shows online, it doesn't feel like you have the right to talk about it if you have prior knowledge about it. And you don't want to accidentally inject something that may not have been known, but you thought it was known in the picture and whatever. So it got weird. So yeah. But yeah, it's like the news. Sometimes it's a ton of work. But that's the other thing. We moved time slots, and then we followed after the news, and it just felt like redundant to the news. So even if he does a whole bunch of stuff in the news, that's all new releases and new things. It's not necessarily conspiracies. It's announced a lot of it. Some of it is conspiracy. The thunder of it's a little bit gone. If it happened on Monday and you're holding out to do a Tuesday night show, it just didn't make sense to do that whole kind of wait and try and do it at a certain time. So, yeah, it didn't work, which was fine with me too, because Monday Night Football I wanted to be watching, and that's part of my reasoning for saying, okay, I'll switch. But now I feel like most of the time Josh catches it, except for maybe certain J Concepts releases that have to do with monster trucks, and he doesn't quite get why they're coming from out of left field. But to us, it's actually we know why they did that. But other than that, it's basically I'm just reiterating what he said in a more dumb way than he said it in the first place. So, yeah. So from now on, what we'll probably do is just do it when it happens. That's what we did with the Traxxas TR4M Sport, which he also was there breaking because he was there. But we did do an RC conspiracy for that. But yeah. Yes, the conspiracy isn't as cool fun if you're a part of the conspiracy. Yeah, I mean, we had the whole LMT run of stuff that went, and then the Sen Racing stuff where I, was making the videos for them. and had them ahead of time. And yeah, the SCX6, some of that stuff. But yeah, there's, it is what it is. There's a lot of other cool channels out there, and I don't mind that stuff's getting passed around to newcomers and all that, because it actually is freeing for me to get kind of back to some of the stuff that I want to do. And chasing the news cycle, it can be fun, it can be exciting, but there's a lot of other stuff that I want to do, and I don't want to be tied to something where I have to constantly be on top of the game. So I'm getting lazy. That's basically what I'm trying to tell you. So get over it. What's in the box? SCX6 is still on my list. Yeah, there's some new cool stuff coming out for it too. The square body, I think it's cool. I don't know what you guys think of it. I think it looks pretty cool. I think the whole new honcho in general is going to be more capable. I mean, it's already proving that, but just because of the design and the shape and the body being smaller, it's huge for it. But yeah. So anyway, I will be doing more RC conspiracies. It's not dead in the water. It is still around. It just is waiting for kind of some big stuff to kind of hit or break. And I really do believe that with the holiday season coming up, that there will be more. Jeff Brown says selling honchos a lot now. SCX6. Right. Tony is speed. Speed. I am speed. The kids used to say that all the time. It's the cutest thing ever. Do you have a 1/10 one? I missed that, whatever that was, from Hatfield. Oh, Jeff sent me the video of the sled pulling. I'm gonna have to look that up. Yeah, what's in the box? However, if that RC breaks down on your walk and you have to carry it back, it's not going to be good on your back at that point. You need to bring a leash with you, tow it. Anyway, guys, thanks for tuning in. As always, man, you guys are such an awesome community. I really, really do dig the RC community, and you guys are the best. So thank you again to What's in the Box RC for the super chat. Hopefully you don't mind if I don't put that towards the new monster truck, a real monster truck, I mean, 1-to-1, because I don't see that happening in the near future. But there's a bunch of other cool stuff we can put it toward here. I had a easily a $200 RC day today, so in parts and junk. Anyway, we'll catch you later. Have fun RCing, guys.